Well, kind of sounds like one of them Piper Cubs. Could be a Cessna. Three to 5 International. And it has the spring. That spring's broke in there. So we'll have to put a new spring on there. Okay, now we have enough room in there. What I'm going to do, I'm going to saw that off right there. I'm going to saw that off up there, pull this out, and then I'll pull both of them out this way over here. We'll put a new pin and a spring in there. What I'm talking about. You know, it's just one of them things you have to do. It would be easy. I've done looked at it. But I'll tell you about it. It would be really easy if that hole was drilled all the way through. But if you look at the back of it back here, they didn't drill that hole all the way through yonder. So you can't punch this pin all the way that way. It has to come out this way over here. And you have to be careful with it or you'll break the chip off of the little pocket back there where it fits in. But we'll put a new one on there, but not right today. Today is, well, I done put a spark plug wire on there. This right here was that spark plug wire. It was a clear wire. It had a metal end on this end, and this, that was on that end. So I done put a new one on there with a forked end on it, and well, I'll show it to you. Oh yeah, put that new wire on there with a new brass soldered to the wire end on it with a one of them boots on there so you can run it in the rain if you want to. I done already changed the oil in it. I think it's 3 pints is what the book called for. I didn't hardly get that much in it there to level it up. And you'll notice that I got something. You'll notice that I got that real pretty plug right there. Okay, I'll tell you something. I'm not going to use that. You can see where that oil level is, level with the threads down there. You would think that would not be the correct plug to put in that oil fill hole right there. You would think that would, require this one? Well, I had this in the parts department over there. It's got some red paint on it, but this is the early model. Not all of these LBs had this kind of oil filter plug. So don't fret yourself if your plug looks like this square type. Under close inspection, when I was going to clean this up, you can readily see the original color of this engine that has been saved by that dirt accumulation, with that red paint confirming that that plug actually came onto this engine when it was made at the factory, as was this type plug here and the corresponding plug up there for the water drain. So it's not necessary to, especially on a restoration, if you was restoring this engine and someone had put this on there for vanity's sake, then you would take that off and search for the correct one of these. It does have I've not cleaned it up, but I think it's a T or a 4 or something. But to maintain the patina, so-called rust and grime, to maintain that, the originality of it, then this scraping with this, that's a high carbon steel blade right there. And I done already scraped all of them. I done already scraped all of the crud off of it, but in the threads, it's still contaminated. But you can note that the clean threads, 3 of them are painted. So this plug was in this engine at the factory when they painted it. And on this particular plug right here, I would tend to think that they didn't put any sealer on it. I think they put it in there just as I have done, with no sealer on it. And to that, and I think it's tight enough, not too much. This in here I put in with some sealer, and but we good on that oil change there now. And we'll get on to that. Now we'll take that carburetor off and clean it up a little bit. Well, I can tell you about that oil right there. That's very good looking oil. I'm really surprised about that. I can let that drain. That's how much oil. That's how much oil is in that. Okay. This right here. Oh, let's get this up close. Maybe. Okay. Man. The oil, if I would describe that to you, what I'm seeing down in there is the oil had been setting in this thing here for a long amount of time. Enough of time to where that the sediment was heavy enough till it went to the bottom of this container, and the lighter oils came to the top, which this being, well, yeah, I should show you that. That's what's in there. So, if you dig around, you can see that sediments. That's how much contamination that this filter filtered out of particles going into the engine. So I'd say it's well worth the time to have an air filter on that engine. Just saying. Good and clean now. It has a mark on it. You can see it on the inside. You set it down like that, and you fill it up to that line there with that 20 weight non-detergent oil, and you be good to go. I'm gonna change it out. That other didn't look too bad. But now that we got that, we know this is good and all. So what I'm gonna do, show you something. This is how this would have went. We'll take this whole mechanism off and get in there and take that carburetor off. The spark plug, I took that spark plug out. Right here it is. That's a Champion. That's a #1 commercial plug. Champion. A single electrode. The lever part right there on the underside is worn quite a bit, like 10 thousandths or more, maybe 15. It's quite dished, but it looks good otherwise. For ease of starting, well, I may try this. I may go ahead and start, but I have already laid in that's a 3076 Autolite. So That gap's about the same. But I probably started on this in here. But in the meantime, we're going to take this off and see the condition